Okay, so this is part one. We are going to finish Charlottetown. So make sure you have your music out and you have a pencil, please. We are actually going to start on, look on page 6, first of all. So let's start at measure 61, which is where we left off. And I want you to go through and circle all the dynamic levels because the end of this song is really cool if we capture all of those dynamic levels, those louds and softs. And again, we don't ever want to sing as a mezzo forte choir. That means like all one dynamic level. And it is so boring. So take just a minute and go through and circle all the dynamic levels. Those are the P's, the MPs, the F's, anything like that from measure 61 to the end of the song. Okay, just in your part. Pause the video and do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is let's go ahead and start on measure 61, the middle of page 6. Now this feels like what you've already done. Ain't you mighty sorry, goodbye. But now what you're going to do, follow this through. Measure 61. Ain't you mighty sorry? Now you're doing the part that part 2 used to do. Goodbye, goodbye. And notice those dynamic changes right there. So you're going to go, ain't you mighty sorry? Goodbye, goodbye. Ain't you mighty sorry? Goodbye, Liza Jane. And then look at the bottom of page 6 where we have the Goodbye, Liza Jane. That's at a piano soft. And when we get to Liza, notice that there is a whole note there. We're going to decrescendo. That means get softer into a pianissimo. So let me sing for you. Measures 61 to 69, actually to measure 70. It goes to the next page. Okay, so you can see and hear what that sounds like with all those dynamic levels. Measure 61. Just listen and follow along in your music. Ain't you mighty sorry? Goodbye, goodbye. Ain't you mighty sorry? Goodbye, Liza. Whoops. Okay, I was singing part 2. Whoops. Okay. So it's like 7:15 in the morning on a Friday. I don't have my llama costume on yet. That's coming because I told you I would, but I have not warmed up my voice yet. So you can tell if a voice is not warmed up. Mine is not warmed up, and my brain apparently was not engaged with this music. So Mrs. Weaver, superpower brain, activate. Let's do this. Let me try it one more time and not mess up for you, okay? Measure 61. Follow along in your music. Ain't you mighty sorry? Goodbye, goodbye. Ain't you mighty sorry? Goodbye, Liza Jane. So look at the bottom of page 6 and let's just do the Goodbye, Liza Jane. Okay, because that's a little different. And I actually would suggest that you circle measures 67, 68, and 69. Because whenever there's a tricky spot in music, you want to circle it really big or put some arrows or exclamation points or eyeballs, because that tells you when you're rehearsing the music, this is a tricky spot, keep watch. Okay, so bottom of page 6, starting with Goodbye, Liza Jane. Just do that with me a couple of times so we can lock in the dynamics, but also the timing. 1, 2, ready? Goodbye, Liza Jane. Good, so it's just Goodbye, Liza Jane. And did you see just a little decrescendo on the Liza? Do that one more time. Goodbye, Liza Jane. 1, 2, ready? Goodbye, Liza Jane. Good, and put a nice N on this beat 2 of the second measure. So the top of the next page, there's a measure there, J. Okay, put an N right there. Okay, go measure 61 to the top of page 7. 1, 2, ready. Ain't you mighty sorry? Goodbye, goodbye. Ain't you mighty sorry? Goodbye, Liza Jane. Good, do that one more time. I'm going to start my piano soft on Goodbye, just a little bit louder, so I have somewhere to decrescendo, get softer too. Do it one more time, then we'll go to the next page. Ain't you mighty sorry? 1, 2, ready? Ain't you mighty sorry? Goodbye, goodbye. Ain't you mighty sorry? Goodbye, Liza Jane. Cool, all right, you're already on page 7. Go to page 7. Now, This is all stuff you already know. So we're going to go through this pretty fast. Now we're just adding all of the pieces together. Here's the thing, we changed the key. So now we're just a little bit higher. And if you notice at measure 77, you have a couple of measures of rest before that. So guess what I'm going to ask you to do? I'm going to ask you to check your posture. And we're going to take 4 counts of a prep breath, and I will guide you through that. And during that prep breath, what you're doing is you're standing up tall, lengthening the spine, the back of the neck, and you are breathing 360 degrees around. That means your lower stomach muscles, you're feeling them. You're feeling your rib cage expand out, and you're even feeling that back expansion around there. One way that you're going to feel that is if you just breathe by putting your hands right here, and then you inhale and feel the back muscles expand right underneath your thumbs. Try that with me real quick. Ready? Did you feel your rib cage and your back muscles expand? Let it all out. Do it again. Ready? That's our prep breath, preparing our instrument to sing. Now, when you do that, you also want to lift that soft palate. So you have cathedral space. Cathedral space means the soft palate, the soft part in the back of your mouth is lifted up. So you have the space in your mouth for the sound to resonate. Okay. If you don't have any space, then the sound has nowhere to go and it's just flat and it's boring. So we want to lift that soft palate up to get your space in your face. All right, here we go. Measure 77. We're going to do 4 counts of a prep breath to prepare our instrument. We're going to go ahead and go through the entire song and see how much of it you already know. Ready? Breathe with me. 1, 2. Shut down, spinning down, hey ho, the moment roll, burning down to the ground, goodbye as a chain, ancient mighty sorry. Look at measure 91, middle of page 8. Goodbye, Liza Jane. Goodbye, Liza. And then take a breath. See that Liza at the end of that line? There's a comma. I want you to take, actually, no, don't take a breath. Don't take a breath there. So no breath at the end of Liza. So let's just start just measure 91 to the end of the song because it's just a little different how the pieces fit together. Ready? Measure 91. Breathe with me. Goodbye, Liza Jane. Goodbye, Liza. Hey, okay, I'm changing my mind. Put a breath after Liza. Your section needs a breath there. Part 2 does not. So I want you to circle that comma after Liza, and I want you to take that breath. And when you take that breath, I want you to be really big on the inside of your mouth so you can hit those last, hey, okay, that's what the cathedral space. If I sang that section without cathedral space, it'd be like this. Let's see if I can try. I'm on pitch. It means I'm not flat or sharp, but the sound has no depth to it because there's no space in your face for it to resonate. Let me do it with the cathedral space. Did you notice how far I dropped my jaw? That allows the sound to come out, the beautiful sound to come out. So breathe and get the cathedral space in your face. Here we go. Measure 91, please. Ready? Breathe with me. Goodbye, Liza Jane. Goodbye, Liza. Hey, good. Go for measure 77, please. Prep breath. 4 counts. Ready? 1. Shut it down, spinning down. Hey, oh, the moment roll, burning down to the ground. Goodbye, Liza Jane. Ain't you mighty sorry? Ain't you mighty sorry? Goodbye, Liza Jane. Goodbye, Liza. Hey, oh, the moment roll, the Ohio. Notice in measure 91 that you have a mezzo piano with a gradual crescendo. Okay, so look in the middle of page 8. Measure 91. Let's start at mezzo piano, medium soft, and gradually crescendo through this phrase until you take that breath. So it'll sound like this. Goodbye, Liza Jane. Goodbye, Liza. So there's a crescendo through that phrase. Do that with me. Ready? 91. 1, 2. Goodbye, Liza Jane. Goodbye, Liza. Hey, hold the boat, good. Do that again. So you're really feeling that crescendo, that getting louder. Measure 91, 92, 93, 94. Here we go. Ready? Goodbye, Liza Jane. Goodbye, Liza. Hey, hold the boat, good. Back to measure 77. Last time through. Here we go. Nice job today. Prep breath. 4 counts. Prepare your instrument. Breathe wide. Breathe tall. Breathe with cathedral space. Ready? Breathe for 4 counts. Charlotte Town's burning down. Hey, hold the boat, burning down to the ground. Goodbye, Liza Jane. Ain't you mighty sorry? Ain't you mighty sorry? Goodbye, Liza Jane. Goodbye, Liza. Hey, hold the boat, yes. Okay, just to review, go back to measure 61 and then turn the page to the top of page 7 just to do this phrase. Don't forget about the dynamics on this page. Look at them, register them, do them. Ready? 1, 2. Ain't you mighty sorry? Goodbye, goodbye. Ain't you mighty sorry? Goodbye, Liza Jane. And again, my piano soft is too soft. I keep doing that, so I'm going to circle the P and the P, measure 63 and 67, the piano soft. I'm going to circle those so my brain registers that, you keep doing this, Mrs. Weaver. You keep going too soft. I keep going like a pianissimo, like a 2P right there. Okay? Ain't you mighty sorry? And don't go too soft on the piano soft. Ain't you mighty sorry? Measure 61, ready? Ain't you mighty sorry? Goodbye, goodbye. Ain't you mighty sorry? Goodbye, Liza Jane. Yeah. All right. You are getting there. We have learned this entire song on Zoom. I'm proud of you. You done good, kids. Oh my gosh. Okay, there my Idaho family came out just there right quick. But I grew up on a farm, on horses, with a horse. Got my first horse when I was like 4 years old, I think. And that was kind of my life growing up. So anyway, that was a squirrel. All right, I'll finish this video up and get it out to you. Good job.